Hello, my name is Simona from Core, and I'm here today to talk to you about Windows Intune, which is a cloud-based tool for managing devices in your organisation. So in this presentation, we will be covering the challenges facing organisations in today's world, and we'll have a look at how a good device management strategy with Windows Intune can help. We'll also have a look at how Windows Intune works with System Center Configuration Manager, and we'll also touch on how you can purchase Windows Intune itself. We'll finish off by explaining how Core can help you get more out of Windows Intune and reduce the burden of device management. So, in the old days, your status in the world was elevated if you had a PC on your desk, and if you had a mobile phone, well, that was really something else. But now, phones, laptops and desktops are essential business items. In fact, I'm sure you would agree that smartphones are very much a must-have in today's lifestyle. But put yourself in the shoes of the IT manager. Once upon a time, there were just one or two people in the company that had these sorts of gadgets, but now everyone has them. So how, as an IT manager, do you keep tabs on these devices? So I think we're starting to see where the problem is, because in the old world of IT, probably until about the mid-2000s, the basic formula of one user to one desktop was a truism. So generally employees, or what we would now describe as knowledge workers, had a primary computer that they used day in, day out at the office. But today, of course, that's no longer true. Firstly, these knowledge workers are also consumers, bringing their own devices into work. And they don't just have 1, 2 or even 3 devices either. In 2011, according to IDC, power users owned between 5 and 7 internet-connected devices. And I have to say, the total numbers are staggering. In 2011, 916 million smart connected devices were shipped, and this is forecast to double to around 1.84 billion by 2016, according to IDC. But what's interesting is that businesses and their IT departments are still largely unprepared for these changes. In 2011, 13% of employees told IDC that they use tablets at work. Yet, the organisations they work for believed that number was closer to just 6%. And even more concerning is that an estimated 80% of enterprises lack any type of system at all to protect corporate assets on employee-owned devices. So what is device management? I think the best way to explain what it is to ask a number of questions which are often asked in day-to-day infrastructure and asset management scenarios. For instance, how many computers and mobile phones have I actually got? How do I keep my computers up to date with the latest software? How do I lock my phones if they are stolen? What software do my computers have on them? What software licenses do I have? How do I stop my computers from being infected? How can I help users out with their computers? And how can I get the latest version of Windows? So the big question, how do you do all of that? So systems management works like this. A server, probably in your head office, sends out an agent which is installed on users' devices. The agent then sends back information to the server, and then you, as the IT manager, can get a report on what's what. And any things that need doing to the device are pushed out to it by the server. However, the downside is that maintaining that server can be expensive, and yet more IT that you have to look after. So why not put the server into the cloud and have it maintained by somebody else? That's exactly what Windows Intune is, cloud-based management. So Windows Intune does all of these things. And in fact, looking at the list here, you can see that it addresses the sorts of problems that we were outlining before with regards to device management, such as managing updates, distributing software, monitoring and malware protection. And what's more, Windows Intune allows you to upgrade your laptops and PCs to the latest version of Windows Enterprise Edition. Now here's an example of an institution who built their management infrastructure on Windows Intune. The Women's Royal Voluntary Society needed to manage a total of around 650 devices, with some on-premise and some not, and before this implementation they didn't have any PC management at all, and the devices were pretty widely dispersed, and also they had multiple operating systems that they had to contend with. They were specifically looking to enable a bring-your-own-device scenario, and also to perform pull software installations in addition to push deployments for desktops. Now, with Windows Intune to meet all of these needs, the Society was able to dramatically improve the user experience, improve their support processes, deploy apps to all these devices, and, amazingly, save around $53,000 per year in labour costs. But what about System Center Configuration Manager? Now, this graphic has been designed to show how Windows Intune and System Center Configuration Manager fit together. So if you have low to medium complexity management requirements and less than 5,000 devices, an Intune-based solution is probably the best fit for your needs. Whereas for higher levels of complexity or a larger number of devices, we recommend the combination of Intune with an on-premise deployment of System Center Configuration Manager. So this is what the combined solution might look like. You would be able to deeply manage your existing Windows clients and any Windows 8 devices, as well as Windows To Go, Macs, Linux or Unix servers through a System Center Configuration Manager on-premise installation. You could then use the Windows Intune cloud-based solution to remotely manage other Windows 8, Windows RT, Windows Phone 8 devices, as well as iOS and Android devices too. And the benefit of this structure is that it allows you to easily outsource the management of remote devices to Core, whilst keeping on-premise device management in-house. And the administrative experience is based entirely in the Configuration Manager console, so you are able to manage all of these devices in a single pane of glass. So now let's have a look at the commercials of Windows Intune. First of all, how do you actually buy it? Well, Windows Intune is available through the Microsoft Online Customer Portal, and it's also available under an Enterprise or Enterprise Subscription Agreement, and higher education customers can purchase it through the Enrolment for Education solutions. Now, to give you an idea of costs, we're looking at £8.75 per user per month from the customer portal, but Enterprise and Enterprise Subscription Agreement customers will enjoy slightly keener pricing than that. For academic customers buying through EES, it works out at about £1.30 per licence per month. In terms of discounts, there is a volume discount available for customers purchasing through the portal or an enterprise agreement, but it's also cheaper for customers who already have software assurance on their Windows client licences. There is also an add-on available for MDOP, the Microsoft Desktop Optimization Pack, which provides more client management and virtualization tools, and that works out at about 60p per device per month. And for customers who already have System Center Configuration Manager, they can just purchase the Intune add-on. So what are the terms of use? Well, Windows Intune is a non-perpetual subscription license, but you are able to buy out the Windows Enterprise Edition license at the end of the term if you need to. And be aware that although Windows Intune is licensed per user, the license actually provides for up to 5 devices for that user. And then finally on this slide, you need to have a qualifying operating system in order to buy Windows Intune, and these include Windows Pro, Enterprise or Ultimate. So basically we've got 3 Windows Intune offerings, but let's drill down into the special case of if you already have System Center Configuration Manager or the Core Cal Suite through an enterprise agreement or through EES. Now that's the bottom row of the table on this slide. So here we have special pricing so that firstly customers don't pay double for another Windows upgrade license, and secondly to enable them to have the benefit of Windows Intune for off-premise internet connected devices, and then finally so that they can combine Windows Intune with System Center Configuration Manager. So let's just recap on the benefits of using Windows Intune. It allows you to take control of your IT assets by maintaining an inventory of software and hardware, and by helping you to manage non-company devices that users bring into work, and by reducing malware threats through endpoint protection, and also by enabling you to standardize on the desktop operating system. So let's have a look at how Core can help you. At Core, we specialize in providing cloud solutions for both Microsoft Office 365 and Windows Intune. We can help you set up a trial, and in fact, if you sign up for the trial through Core, we will support you for the duration of the trial. Or you could attend one of our discovery workshops to give you an in-depth understanding of what the technology can do for you, and the output of the workshop will be an implementation roadmap to really get you started. Core can also help you with proof of concepts and pilots to help you understand the capabilities of the technology and determine what exactly is involved in the implementation. And in terms of deployments and migrations, with over 100 successful cloud migrations to date, we absolutely have the skills and expertise to help you make a smooth transition between on-premise and cloud solutions. We can help integrate Office 365 and Windows Intune with other on-premise and cloud-based applications, and we can help customize a solution to suit your business's particular requirements. And finally, we can provide enhanced support. So provide a single point of contact service desk offering first and second line support to give fault finding and diagnostics for Office 365 and Windows Intune. Of course, there is a wealth of additional information available outside of this presentation, and perhaps the best places to start would be the core website at coregb.com and the Windows Intune website at windowsintune.com. Well, that's it from me, so goodbye and thank you for listening.